My name is Lowry Barrow. This is me. I've always loved hiking. I've always loved animals. So it's just fitting that I work at a vet. The mountains have always seemed to be my happy place. It's where I go when I want to get away, when I just need somewhere to be me. The Appalachian Trail is one of the most biodiverse regions in North America and home to several endangered species. It's worth saving. Unfortunately, a certain practice is making that difficult. Human beings have been logging our forests at an alarming rate. The Appalachian Trail has been hit especially hard. Yet it's been said that the Appalachian Trail is the most successful land project of the 20th century and a model for the 21st. It has shown that complex navigation between public and private organizations have created a more sustainable model for environmentalism. There are many reasons why our forests are being logged today, such as commercial businesses such as wineries, construction for human needs and growth, pasture for cattle, commercial Christmas tree farms, and construction of roads. In some cases, mountaintops are completely removed for coal. Average Appalachian price of coal in 2000 was $1.27. In 2009, it was $2.56. The EPA estimated between 1985 and 2001, mountaintop removal buried 724 miles of streams and affected 1,200 miles of the rest of the bodies of water. That causes landscapes and wildlife to permanently lose their ecosystems. Mountaintop removal pollutes water, degrades streams, causes deforestation, and has been linked to birth defects, increased mortality rates, and chronic diseases. Mature hardwood, undisturbed wildlife habitats, old-growth forests, streams, and recreation are the main things at risk due to logging. Logging also has a major effect on biodiversity, from flies to salamanders and wood to water. As the land is disturbed, animal habitats are disturbed. A group along the Appalachian Trail in Kentucky measured 94 sites. Some were barely disturbed, some with residential disturbances, some with mining, some with both. They found a loss of 70% of stoneflies and caddisflies. When it came to salamanders, deforestation from coal mining affected them slightly. 5 forests atop abandoned coal mines in North Carolina and 5 forests of the same age in Ohio were tested. The abundance was about the same, but the species richness was higher in Ohio. They determined reforested coal mines can provide suitable habitats for forest-dependent salamanders, not string-dependent salamanders whose habitat had been destroyed. Biodiversity in animals is not the only thing affected. Natural biodiversity is impacted by logging as well. When 25 different headwater sites were picked to be tested, 6 biomass conditions were placed on them, such as logging, cross-flooded plain ditches, and channelization. 9 of the 25 were disturbed previously, and all 9 were sensitive to the biomass conditions. Woody biomass was also studied. On loblolly pine plantations, trees used for timber. The number of amphibians and small reptiles were measured from April to June for 2 years. They noticed that in year 2, there was more biodiversity in the switchgrass than in the actual pine trees. Southern pine beetles also seemed to do better when the forest was thinned. With this knowledge, scientists say that forests could be used as a source of alternate fuels, and the biofuel is unlikely to have short-term effects. They believe logging may save the planet, but riddle me this. How can an organism, such as this planet, live without lungs? On my way to a wedding this past weekend up in Beech Mountain, we drove through Boone. I whipped my camera out and just started to record. Boone is a prime example of why the logging companies are allowed to do what they do. As humans, we need more all the time. Our population is growing. We need more places to live, more places to eat, more places to shop, and to just do what we want to do. Boone has grown significantly in the last few years. With each growth, acres of land is taken away, trees are destroyed, habitats no more.
But they turn me down, so if I cannot work, I'll just go around. So haul back your covers, honey, let me in. Let me prove to you that I'm your loving man. I'll show how good I treat you each and every day. But when I hear that whistle, baby, I'm on my way.
The Southern Environmental Law Center, that's been focusing on the Appalachian Trail, tried to pass the Roadless Area Conservation Rule in 1999, a rule that would not allow roads to be built in national forests. In 2012, the Supreme Court passed it. The Appalachian Trail Decision Support System was created to inform people about things harming the trail, such as invasive species. It also examines previous habitats and determines if an invasive species would survive, take over, kill off the national forest that's already there, or die in the habitat. Help our mountains stay beautiful. Keep them natural.
There's a half-mile freight train rolling down the line. Guess I've heard that whistle blow about 100 times. Next time I'll be on board and I won't look back and wave goodbye to Georgia from that old smokestack. Well, the first time I ever heard that whistle whine, felt something move that in me very deep inside. I tried to work for them, but they turned me down. So if I cannot work, I'll just go around.